And now it's time for Let's Get Cozy with Larry Wargo and Louis Falcon. And now your host, Larry Wargo.
Oh, hello and welcome back to Let's Get Cozy with Larry Wargo. I am your host, Larry Wargo, as you're well aware. Our next guest is a wonderful gentleman. He's crazy. He's an architect of some sorts, and he does a few other things too, but we'll learn about that. It's Charles Woods. Charles, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Welcome,
I appreciate it. Oh, and
I want to say hello to you. Hi, Charles. How you doing?
You know Lou.
Can I call you Chuck, Chaz, and stuff like that?
Yes. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Chuck, Chaz? What do we like?
I've been asked that a lot of times. I think of myself as Charles, but I've been called Charlie and Chuck by a lot of people, and I like it.
Do you
think of myself as Charles. So
How about up, Chuck?
Pardon, what?
How about up, Chuck?
Now that we've cleared that up, now you are an architect. You design. Now you've been declared by this bio right here or something that as the one true disciple of somebody. Who is that?
That'd be great if it was true. I was called an authentic heir of Wright.
Authentic heir of Wright. He was very popular, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's probably maybe the greatest architect that ever lived.
Oh, something.
Surely
like
America's greatest architect of the last century.
Whatever. Wow. No, but and you now I've seen some of your work and I thought of that right away. But you, for a while, you did something known as underground architecture, correct?
Malcolm Wells is the father of modern underground architecture, and he's a little older than me, so I was sort of in the second generation. He likes the word underground because he really likes to put a lot of earth on the roof, and his main emphasis is on the environment. I'm interested in the environment, but to me it's sort of more a psychological thing of being one with nature, and I prefer to call it earth-sheltered architecture.
Okay, all right. But now we do have something of a picture, but
when he said that, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
What's that?
That's that statement of what was that statement?
I don't know.
Under the earth stuff.
This is a small example of one of your actual buildings.
Now that's not in color. Do you want the color one?
Oh, do you have a color one? Here, you do it then.
All right. It's sort of hard to find some of this stuff.
But this is very exciting. Now you did this for a while with this Son of Wales. Oh,
the bottom one is more earth sheltered than the top one. Well, it's sideways now.
No, it's a sideways shot, Larry.
The bottom one is.
But
you
put a house on its end, everybody's going to fall onto the ground.
Of course. Now this is very interesting. And you did this for how long?
Well, I've done architecture since I was 14, and I started doing earth-sheltered architecture about 25 years ago.
Wow.
That's amazing. Now,
I was not a registered architect, though,
I was
until
going to
about 7
say,
years
14
ago.
years old seems a little early. What was your first thing you ever built?
I started learning architecture when I was 14, and I started being a pretty good designer by 16, and I had my first houses built when I was 16. And they were pretty much colonial houses.
Wow.
For Mr. Kerner, he was a builder as well as a lawyer, and he gave me my own office. And
16?
That's amazing.
Where did you grow up? I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
Barrington, Illinois. Barrington Hills is one of the richest towns in the country, and I was one of the poor people in the rich town. So.
Oh, man. But now, you hadn't even gone to school for it then, apparently.
Well, I was high school.
Oh, okay.
I was doing it in high school at that time, yeah.
You'd done some architectural drawing and things like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's amazing. So now I understand you're departing from the underground thing. You're going to more into just modern architecture.
No, I'm not departing from it. It's just that you can sort of get labeled, like, oh, you're the guy that does all the flat roofs with earth-sheltered houses. And my work is quite geometrical. It's
I've noticed this.
It's sort of a mixture, I would say, of the modern and the expressionistic and the organic styles of architecture.
Right
and so, I mean, if there's a case where I shouldn't or can't put earth on the roof, I'd still feel like I have my own style, my own design.
There's another color example right here. I'd like to get that on. But well, that's great. And you also have other interests, correct? You told me before that you're going to school for philosophy, or something. You're getting
my doctorate in philosophy.
Doctorate in philosophy. That is ridiculous. Now,
that's amazing.
I mean,
is he like some kind of Renaissance man or something here in northeast Pennsylvania?
I'm also writing a spy novel, which is sort of like a midlife crisis.
A spy novel. Now, who is the spy in this movie?
Well, it was sort of the idea was that it was going to be James Bond at 60, right before his 60th birthday.
Yeah.
And he starts to have a series of apparent accidents, but it turns out someone's trying to kill him, and he has to go have one last mission. But you're not allowed to use James Bond, so I changed it over to my alter ego, which I've invented, Storm Thatcher, which I know is a funny name. But
that's okay, Storm. I have a child named Storm. No, I don't have a child. Now, now how does this, the whole philosophy thing, and you mentioned you had some other interests, the priesthood kind of enticed you a bit.
Well, I'm interested in philosophy of religion. When I was young, I wanted to be a priest until I discovered women at 10.
Yeah,
that was gone. And then I wanted to be a
late
comedian.
bloomer,
Yeah,
no,
I wanted to be a comedian for a lot of years, and but then I got so interested in
architecture.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting like straight Fs in school, and then I started getting straight As in architecture, and then later I started to do well in the other areas.
Yeah, you need to be rather good in math, I heard.
Reasonably good. Not as good as you think,
no.
because you're not an engineer, and they've changed the test to make it much more intuitive. Like, I never got calculus, but I still passed the engineering test relatively easily.
Lou wanted to be an engineer for a while.
I did, but because of the forehead, the IQ is really low, and,
Yes.
you know, like 42 is not, you know, what you call a...
But he doesn't give you
You have a large
Shut up,
forehead.
Lou, I got a statement. Fine. You know, you interrupt me all the time.
That,
I got connections, you know. I want to ask Charles something.
Okay.
You must have a very high IQ. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Well, I mean, I've had my IQ tested before.
What might it be, if you want?
Well, IQs go up and down. When
Yeah,
they
I
thought
know.
I was mentally handicapped in 8th grade, I took it once when they threw me out of class, and it was 105.
Wow.
Holy crap.
That's really high, of course. But then later on, when I retook the high school entrance exams after I failed them miserably the first time because I guessed, when I was a junior, I did about 150, I guess.
Oh, my
Holy
God.
crap.
But
You're smarter than that.
I've taken it since then, and it's not that high. 136 is
It
the highest.
dropped?
Yeah.
I'm
It does
sorry.
drop, usually, as you get older.
I'm
Usually
sorry
if
to
you
bring that
drop
up.
someone on the head, it drops pretty well.
Yeah.
But in the same test that I had the 150 IQ, I had like 8th grade practical reasoning, and my wife can verify that I haven't progressed much beyond that.
Oh, yeah. Everybody in town knows that, Charles. Yeah, including that Indian tribe that's supposed to be living in the hills.
Yeah.
I'm afraid
The
of where this
Ramaites.
conversation is going, so let's move on.
I'm
Now,
sorry.
you own your own architectural firm around here. Now, where exactly is it?
It's on Commercial Street in the big, sort of boring gray building on Commercial Street in Honesdale. It's not. I didn't design it. It's a nice,
Now
nice
okay, I was going to say,
sort of a
now,
colonial building.
is there a lot of pressure for, like, when people come over to your office and you're an architect, you know, you've got to have this, you know, like, do people come over and say, well, this building sucks, what are you doing in here?
I'm surprisingly no. I mean, I mentioned right away that I didn't design it, and they usually say, "Oh, what a nice office." You know, it's
Bizarre.
yeah. A lot of my clients I don't even meet though, because see, I'm doing projects all around different parts of the United States and the world, and sometimes they just hire me over the phone based on my books and things.
Yes, yes.
That's wonderful.
Well, I love this idea, and I'm amazed to have someone so talented around here. Not that everyone else that, you know, doesn't come on the show, but, like,
I mean, let me make a point here,
okay,
Lara,
go ahead.
That,
I'm losing it.
basically, northeastern Pennsylvania is supposed to be like a rural area, but look at the talent we have discovered here. It's amazing.
It is ridiculous.
I love living here.
That whole Honesdale area seems like it's a little bit of an artist community in some respects.
I hate it for that. No, I'm joking. Well, you know.
Well, you know, all the artists I know are cooler than me, though. I'm sort of like,
Are they?
I want to be cool, but I'm a wannabe cool.
Don't
you know?
go there. You're extremely cool. He's the
Nah.
Robin Williams of architecture,
I
ladies and
believe he
gentlemen.
is.
Come on now.
Come
I mean,
on.
that's it. See,
Give him a
there we
hand
go.
for that. He's
you
cooler
are billed to
than
me as
ice
that.
itself.
Thank you.
And I see you get that a lot, though, don't you?
He's hairier than me, though.
He is.
He's
Well,
hairier than me.
That's good then. You don't want to be.
I don't want to be as hairy as he is, so.
You don't have. You don't dress the same, which is good because he has bad sense. No, he doesn't have bad.
My
it's
wife
just
dressed
like,
me. It took
you-
about an hour to find. I've gained a little weight recently, so my wife, Julie Gunlock, should get credit for the clothes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
asked
that's
her to
okay.
dress me a
Thank
little
you.
earlier, and she wouldn't.
Well, you know, you're hard to dress. You wear the same thing every day.
Yeah, but it's got to be buffed on a regular basis. You
Yes,
know.
well,
you got to
you know.
buff this suit.
Hard
Looks
clothing.
nicely shined.
Thanks. You ought to know.
He
with
has
your
an
good
architect
design
who designs his
sense.
clothing. Hey, perhaps we can get some new suits on there
Sure.
from you. Well, thank you very much. Now
I don't want to leave.
I'm sorry.
Don't make them leave.
I was so worried about being on, and now I'm totally comfortable.
See, that's the thing. You
Why
know,
couldn't we make this like a 2-part show?
It's
or a
because of my
3-part show?
great.
I got a
you know,
two-part question.
dialogue with the.
Pardon me, Larry. I'm being bold today, but
Don't
they,
be
you know,
bold.
they want me to be. I got a two-parter question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The first part is I don't want to go back to the Earth home reputation that you know, in some sense you don't want to be only known for. But by a home being under the earth, you know, the owners get in there and things are going smoother. Don't they start to wonder about what lives under the earth? Now, let's talk about it. Worms,
What are you talking about?
worms, rodents, and occasional corpses.
Well,
Occasional.
Could be
I
pressing
guess I
up
should say for
against
the
the
people
wall.
that are interested in this, because I mean, I'm not against it at all. It's a big part of my architecture. Earth-sheltered housing's neat. If you're in a tornado, there's certain rooms in your house you feel completely safe in. It's really quiet in blizzards and noise problems. And,
Great in a flood, too.
Yeah, but I have had 3 snakes in my house. But that's not because the house is underground. It's because I put the patio really close to the floor level, like Frank Lloyd Wright did, to get the inside and the outside to look the same. And the snakes just come right in. And my wife, if you got another second here, my wife is always telling me she's not afraid of snakes, but she's afraid of spiders. So we get this baby snake in the house, and it's my time to go get the snake, and I actually get it in a Tupperware thing, and I'm saying, just open the door, and she's like the woman on the cartoons with the mouse. She's screaming on this chair. She could not get off to
Dancing
open it.
on the thing.
So that's a wrap, and I guess we're done.
Yes, we've got to go, but we'll be right back with a roundtable discussion. Charles,
We have
for coming on the
self-wrapping guests.
No wrapping. We'll be right back
Self-wrapping.
with Let's Get Cozy with Larry Wargo. Thank you.
Thank you.